Welcome back, guys. Now, last time we were here, we were looking at the differences between mixed and improper fractions. Today, we're going to be converting from improper fractions to mixed number fractions and converting from mixed number fractions back to improper fractions. So let's start with an improper fraction. Let's start with 9 quarters. Now, 9 quarters is an improper fraction. We know that because the numerator is larger than the denominator. I can draw my 9 quarters. I've got 4 quarters there, another 4 quarters there. I know that that's 8 quarters, and all I need is another quarter. Of course, I will draw the whole object there, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarters. That's our 9 quarters there. Now, to convert that to a mixed number fraction, all I need to do is a little bit of division. I simply work out how many 4s are in 9. And I think about the number 9 and I know, well, there are 2 4s in the number 9. And that would give us 8. So that gives us a remainder of 1, which means that there are 2 whole objects with 1 remainder. Now, 1 what? Well, we're looking at quarters, so I've got 1 quarter remaining. So our 9 quarters equals out to be 2 whole objects and 1 quarter. 9 quarters is the same as saying 2 and a quarter. Let's try another one. Let's say I have 13 halves. Now, of course, all we need to do is we need to work out how many halves, or 2, go into the number 13. We look at the number 2, there are 0 2s in the number 1 there, so we look at the number 13. There are 6 2s in the number 13, and of course with a remainder of 1. So that would mean that we have 6 whole objects and 1 left over. Well, 1 what? Well, we're looking at halves still. So that is 6 and 1 half. So that's how we convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number fraction. Now, let's convert from a mixed number fraction back to an improper fraction. Let's start with the number 3 and 2 quarters. All I need to do is simply go 3 times 4 plus 2. So I do the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. So let's try that out. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Now that gives us the number 14. Well, 14 what? Well, we're still talking about quarters, so that gives us the number 14 quarters. 3 and 2 quarters is the same as saying 14 quarters. Let's try another one. Let's try the number 6 and 2 thirds. All we need to do is we need to multiply our whole number by our denominator, 6 times 3 in this instance, and 6 times 3 of course equals 18, and we simply add the numerator on afterwards, which would equal 20. So 6 and 2 thirds equals 20 thirds. So if I had 20 thirds of an apple, I would have 6 whole apples and 2 thirds left over. Let's try it one last time. If I have the number 4 and 6/8, well then I simply times 4 by 8, which is our whole number, by our denominator. 4 eighths, of course, are 32. And we add on that 6. 32 plus 6 equals 38. 4 and 6 eighths equals 38 eighths. So if we have 38 eighths, let's see if we can do that in reverse. We get the number 8 and see how many times it goes into 38. Well, 8 can't go into 3, but 8 can go into 38. In fact, it can go into 38 4 times. 38 divided by 8 is 4, but with a remainder of 6. So, if we remember how we converted from a mixed number to an improper, well, our answer should be 4 whole objects and a remainder of 6. Well, 6 what? We're still dealing in eighths. So, to convert back from an improper fraction to a mixed number fraction, we found that 38 eighths is the same as 4 and 6 eighths. And to convert from a mixed number fraction to an improper fraction, we found that 4 and 6 eighths equaled 38 eighths. So that's how you convert from an improper to a mixed number and from a mixed number to an improper fraction. I hope that helped. Make sure you rewatch this if you need anything else. Bye.